Good morning. Whenever we gather in this sacred space, it is made more sacred by the presence and attention of each and every one of us. Whether we are here in the sanctuary or attending by live stream from places far and near, or viewing sometime in the future, we are here together. I invite us to turn to the camera and wave to our live streaming friends. Before we greet one another, I want to extend an invitation to you. Hopefully all of you found in your orders of service one of these pieces of paper. We are going to plant a garden with our seeds and flowers of the things that we hope for our community and that we hope for our lives later in the service. So the invitation is for you to take this sheet and to either color it, if you have coloring materials, or write on it some words. You could do it on the back. Of things, of seeds that you're hoping to plant in our community, whatever that may be. So please work on that as you were wanting to during this service. And now, let us take a moment to greet one another. Okay. What?
Good morning. If this is your first time here, or your 100th and first time, we are glad you are here. If you carry the weight of a weary world on your shoulders, or if you entered through these doors with a lightness in your heart and a spring in your step, we are glad you are here. If you are young and few in years, or old with many already behind you, we are glad you are here. If you sing like angels or mumble behind the hymnals, we are glad you are here. This community is what it is because of each of you. Your presence. So welcome. Welcome into this space of love, support, compassion, justice, fellowship, and worship. This space, this service is for us all. We're glad you're here. My name is Jean McClurkin, and I am serving as your worship associate today. Welcome to a very special Sunday service as we celebrate the annual Flower Communion. Now the announcements, get those out of the way. It is getting hot in here, and before we have to take off any articles of clothing, we do need some help. So help is needed to move the large industrial fans into the sanctuary for Sunday services. I think that will help. Our sexton heard us back and could use the help with this task. Fans are stored in the hallway, stage left in Metcalf Hall, so thank you for your help. Please also join us after the service today for a potluck downstairs. At this potluck, we'll be doing a special tribute to Kristen Hart. Kristen Hart. Yay. Kristen has been serving as the alto section leader and soloist for the past decade, and whose service last Sunday is with us today. Kristen has served us for a time as the children's choir director as well. Lastly, for the announcements, if this is your first time here, we invite you to complete the visitor card, which is found in the pew racks in front of you, and place it in the offering plate at that time of the service. This will help us stay connected beyond today. Thank you.
We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches, some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us carry seeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. Some of us smell. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are. May these words from Thomas Rhodes guide us into this sacred time and space. Come, let us worship together.
I now invite Olson Scott McClurkin and Otto Spencer up to do our chalice. Olson's going to do the reading, and Otto's going to light the chalice. Here we go. I got this if you got that.
We light this chalice for the children and youth and for all of us. We celebrate the flame of faith lit in each of us. We honor the light each of us brings to the world. We rejoice in the community we create together.
And now if the children who are helping with the flowers could go back so that we can do our No? All children. Okay, all children. Great. All children can go back to help with the flower procession while we sing our opening hymn, number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth.
I would like to invite all those who are young and young at heart to come forward for a story. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for helping us move all of these beautiful flowers up front. Not here, honey. Nope, not here. You may have read it at home, Lovey, but not here. So I'm going to read you this wonderful little story called Small Things Mended. One morning, after the kerchunk of the toaster and the clink of his spoon, Cecil heard something unexpected. It was a bright, happy sound. He shuffled outside to see where it was coming from. Cecil could see Lily from next door, cartwheeling and laughing, and whoops, something shiny flew out of her pocket. It bounced off the fence and landed in his driveway. Did it break? Asked Lily. Cecil peered down with his good eye and nodded. Lily was quiet. Cecil wished she would laugh again. I will try to mend it, he offered. Come back this afternoon. Cecil searched for his tools. After he found them, he set to work. He tinkered with the tiny gears until tick, 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 a satisfying sound filled the air. When Lily returned, Cecil handed her the pocket watch. Lily held it to her ear. Then she smiled her biggest smile. Thank you. Cecil twice tapped his heart. You're welcome. Later, as Cecil salted slices of fresh tomato, he thought about Lily and her pocket watch and her big smile. He had forgotten how much he liked fixing things. The next morning, Cecil found a boy waiting by the fence. I'm Lily's friend, Alfred. He held up a broken music box. Without the music, it's just a box. Cecil nodded. Come back in an hour. Cecil took out his tools. He tweaked and twisted until plink, pling, papa, a jaunty tune sprang to life. Alfred was delighted. Cecil hummed that same tune as he hung a freshly painted sign on his fence. Cecil's Repair Shop, small things mended. Word of his shop soon spread, and each morning the line by his fence grew longer and longer. Cecil found himself surrounded by trinkets and treasures, doodads and thingamajigs. He did his best to fix them all. He often worked well into the night. One day, after a long morning spent with a wonky rocket, Cecil saw a girl march up to his fence. Without a word, she handed him a stuffed elephant. Its fur was matted and bare in spots. One of its eye buttons was missing. He needs his eye fixed, said Cecil. I know something about that. He pointed to his own eye. I'm Eleanor, the girl announced, and Daisy is a she. Her eye is fine. It's her heart that's broken. Her heart? Yes, Eleanor frowned. Can you fix it? I'm not sure I have the right tools, replied Cecil. A broken heart is not a small thing. Eleanor's frown deepened. But she's a small elephant. I can't make any promises, but I'll try. Cecil considered the elephant. He pried and peered and poked. Then he put down his tools. Perhaps a good meal first, he mused. I'll fetch some fresh vegetables from the garden. But when he stepped outside, he discovered that the garden had grown wild. He'd stayed away too long. The meal would have to wait. Cecil returned to Daisy and got back to work. He tried and tried and tried, but he could not fix her broken heart. In the morning, Cecil found the elephant waiting patiently. It gave him a warm feeling to have a guest at his kitchen table again. And that gave him an idea. Let's see about that meal, shall we, Daisy? Cecil ventured back into the garden. He pulled weeds and picked vegetables. He cleaned off the picnic table and painted a second sign. Garden lunch today, all welcome. As Cecil continued tidying, he was so busy he almost didn't notice the people gathering by the fence. Oh, how nice to see you all. Cecil invited everyone in. Then he returned the elephant to Eleanor. A broken heart needs friends, he said. The friends enjoyed a scrumptious garden meal. They shared stories and smiles and even sang a few jaunty tunes. Daisy's heart is fixed, declared Eleanor. I know something about that, replied Cecil. He twice tapped his heart and smiled his biggest smile. And now look, Cecil's Repair Shop, all things mended. The end. Okay, so now you can go back to your grown-ups, and we're going to continue with our service.
I invite you now to get settled into your space. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you ground yourself by placing both feet on the floor. Maybe you take a deep breath in and out. Let us reflect now on these words from Claire Feingold Thorin, titled, A Bouquet of People. She wrote, "Let us give thanks for a bouquet of people. We give thanks for children. Like tulips and iris, they multiply around us, making the world ever more filled with color, beauty, and new life. May we bless them as they replant themselves ever further from us, knowing that they need their own space to grow into. We give thanks for generous friends, as constant in bloom as echinacea, and whose gifts lift up our body and spirit. We give thanks for feisty friends, as indomitable as geraniums, and for continuous friends who, like bittersweet and ivy, hold on and never let go, and can never be gotten rid of. For crotchety friends, as prickly as rose bushes, their beauty a secret that is only discovered through careful gardening. For surprising friends who at first glance seem dour and then blossom into joy as quickly as forsythia. For funny friends, silly as snapdragons, and serious friends, complex as chrysanthemums. For comfortable friends, their gentle presence as soothing as the sweet smell of lilacs. For stormy weather friends who stand by us in hard times, like lily of the valley, that cannot be deterred by shade or shadow. For old friends, nodding like sunflowers in the evening time, and young friends coming on as fast as flocks. For friends as unpretentious as dogwood, as persistent as pachysandra, as steadfast as azalea, and who, like snowdrops, can be counted on to see you through the winter and remind you that spring always comes. For loving friends who wind around us like wisteria and embrace us despite our blights, wilts, and witherings. And finally, for forget-me-not friends, gone but never forgotten. Their beauty lives on in our memories and hearts. For this bouquet of people who brighten our lives, each in their own way, we give thanks." You may come forward and light a candle now if you wish. Let us kindle the light. Pee-pee. Shh, wait 1 second.
I now invite up Alice Levering to start the sharing.
Hi, my name is Alice. Some of you might know I like to hand out stickers. I have so many stickers, and I love to see people I know and don't know smile. So I bring my stickers places and offer them to people. When I go up to people and ask them if they want a sticker, some of them say yes. The sticker makes them happy, and the happiness spreads throughout the world. Who wouldn't like a baby animal sticker on their shirt? After service in Metcalf, if you want a sticker, come see me.
I now invite up the Spencer family.
Hi, so we were asked to talk about ways that we spread joy in our community, and the kids agreed that that was hard to self-diagnose and then share that with everybody in the congregation. So instead, we started smaller and we talked about ways that we share joy in our family. So we have, since the kids were very small, been writing down quotes that they say that we think are very funny. So we thought we would share some of their quotes with you today. Otto, do you want to go first? Okay. Do you want me to read it, or do you want to read just the last line? Yeah, we're reading an Otto quote. Okay, I'll start it. Otto, playing pretend. There's a pirate under the bed. A dead pirate. It's a skeleton. Me. Oh, is it part of the shipwreck?
No, it's part of the pirate.
And then, Otto, this was you in 2022 when you were 3 years old.
I am packing a lunchbox for my bear. It has berries and candy and a popsicle and a human leg.
All right, now we have two Ira quotes. They're both of the similar flavor. No, this is for Ira to read. So, a sleepover day with Lua's best friend Amelia. Lua says, "Seeing Amelia is the first thing on my mind."
Killing my whole family is the last thing on my mind.
Killing my whole family is the last thing on my mind. Okay, this one is you and Dad.
Oh yeah, here. We do it together.
Okay.
You start yours.
My mom's name is Pleasure.
Oh, that's a nice name.
My sister's name is Beauty.
Oh, that's lovely.
My dad is dead.
This one first, or this one?
Okay, Lua, you can read this entire quote.
This is from 2018, right after Lisa's brother got married.
No, I'm reading it. I was a ring bearer for Uncle Nate's wedding, and I was a flower bear.
I was a ring bearer for Uncle Nate's wedding, and I was a flower bear.
So true.
And this is an older one from, oh my gosh, a while ago. So Lua and Ira were at Supercuts with Lisa, and Otto was in his car seat. The hairdresser was Brazilian. You want to read your part?
Oh, South America is my favorite continent.
Wow, said the hairdresser. That's amazing. I can't believe it. She's so smart. Yeah, Lisa said. But Lua, tell her why.
Because it's pink.
It was pink on the map. That's what we've got.
And I've got one more from the McClurkin family. Do you want to come up? You can come up with me if you want. So this is about Olson. This is my favorite story for him when he was 4 months old. I was wearing him in a front-facing Bjorn, and Devin also gave me permission to share this because this is my favorite story. So we were in Des Moines, Iowa, and we were going to an art show, just an outdoor art exhibit. It was a beautiful day, and I'm a new mom, and I'm carrying this 4-month-old outward facing. And then all of a sudden, this woman who was also at the exhibit by herself just started staring at us and just started walking closer, and we got closer, and then she just was staring at him, and he was just staring back at her, and they just had this locked eyes moment, this 4-month-old just reaching into somebody else's soul, and it was beautiful. She started crying, I started crying, and I didn't know why. This was a random woman at an outdoor art exhibit. He wasn't crying, he was just being a lovely baby. And she said, I just lost my husband 2 months ago. And this is the most joy I've felt. And it was just the most beautiful thing. And I just realized no matter what else this kid does in life, if at 4 months old he can offer that kind of unadulterated joy to somebody else in a moment where they needed connection, that's important. So you are important, and I appreciate the joy you bring to other people.
Not know what I was doing.
No, you did not have any conscious part of it, but that's what. Right. Okay, we're going to do the offering. So the weekly offering is a practice we engage in as a community. It is our way of giving back in recognition for what we have been given. This week's Share the Plate will support the recipients of House of Peace. Since its inception in 1990, the House of Peace has welcomed more than 500 refugees from 30 countries, including Haiti, El Salvador, Ethiopia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, Sudan, and Syria. The details for both this wonderful organization and for how to give are printed in your order of service and will soon be available for those participating online. Also, yes, that is it. The offering will now be generously given and gratefully received. Thank you. Those who wish to do so are invited to join us in the unison affirmation. We gather not for ourselves alone, but to use our common power to build beloved community within and beyond these walls. We create and reaffirm this covenant this day to flourish, to practice compassion amidst difference, and to embody transformative love.
We begin this morning with one of the more familiar parables from Jesus, Matthew chapter 13, verses 3 to 9. A farmer went out to scatter seed. As he was scattering seed, some fell on the path, and birds came and ate it. Other seed fell on rocky ground where the soil was shallow. They sprouted immediately because the soil wasn't deep. But when the sun came up, it scorched the plants, and they dried up because they had no roots. Other seed fell among thorny plants. The thorny plants grew and choked them. Other seed fell on good soil and bore fruit, in one case a yield of 100 to 1, in another case a yield of 60 to 1, in another case a yield of 30 to 1. Everyone who has ears should pay attention. The question I ask of us this morning is, as we are constantly sowing seeds in the world with every action we take, what kind of seeds are we sowing? And to help us think about the answer that we strive for as Unitarian Universalists, we're going to turn to a story I have shared with you before, I believe, but a story that is worth returning to, as most good stories are. It's called The Law of the Garbage Truck by David Paulet, and it goes like this, told in the first person. One day, I hopped in a taxi and we took off for the airport. We were driving in the right lane when suddenly a black car jumped out of a parking space right in front of us. My taxi driver slammed on his brakes, skidded, and missed the other car just by inches. The driver of the other car whipped his head around and started yelling at us. My taxi driver just smiled and waved at the guy. And I mean, he was really friendly. So I asked, why did you just do that? That guy almost caused an accident and sent us to the hospital. This is when my taxi driver taught me what I now refer to as the law of the garbage truck. He explained that many people are like garbage trucks. They run around full of garbage, full of frustration, full of anger, full of disappointment and rage. As their garbage piles up, they need a place to dump it, and sometimes they dump it on you. Don't take it personally. Just smile, wave, and wish them well, and move on. Don't pick up their garbage and spread it to other people in your life, whether at work, at home, or to people you don't even know on the streets. Always remember that grounded people do not let garbage trucks take over their day. I love this story because of its main takeaway message, right? Don't take on other people's emotional garbage. And in the context of the parable of the sower, it has a further gift to offer us. We are all sowing seeds out into the world. And before we even consider whether they are going to land in rocky soil or not, before we even worry about whether they're going to be eaten by hungry birds or choked by thorns, we need to think long and hard about what kind of seeds it is we are sowing. We've all met that person from Paulet's story, right? The person who just goes around dumping their emotional garbage all over the place. Most of us are not like garbage trucks, though. Most of us don't go around spewing garbage all the time. We just, occasionally litter. It's certainly not very environmentally friendly, throwing a casual piece of emotional trash out the window of our car, especially when it lands on someone else. That's right, unless we've reached enlightenment, every single one of us, every so often, when we think nobody's looking, or when we're so stressed we don't care, we just throw that used styrofoam coffee cup of emotional trash out the window. And that's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. We're human, we're imperfect, we make mistakes. But it does make me think. We are all sowing seeds all the time. The question is, what kinds of seeds are we sowing? What kinds of seeds do you sow? Are you more like the garbage truck, or are you more like the friendly cab driver? Or maybe somewhere in between. And when you litter, which we all do sometimes, do you make sure you go back to try and pick it up later and clean up the emotional mess you might have left behind? My hope for all of us, myself included, is that we aspire to be like the cabbie in the story. I hope we aspire to sow seeds of love. I hope we sow seeds that bring greater joy to this world. I hope we sow seeds that bring greater safety, seeds that bring peace, seeds that bring happiness, seeds that literally fill people's bellies who might otherwise go without. I hope we sow seeds that put shelter over people's heads, seeds that help people climb out of who are living in poverty, seeds that nourish a kindness, care, and compassion that stands in opposition to ignorance, hatred, and oppression. The parable of the sower is wonderful, and it focuses on where the seeds land, right? And it leaves something important out, and it makes me wonder about the farmer who's sowing them. Why are they just there on their own? It would be a sad world indeed if the seeds were totally on their own, dependent for growth in life entirely on circumstance, life and death depending entirely on whether birds happen to come along or whether they fall on the stony ground. Why doesn't the farmer help? Fortunately, unlike the parable of the sower, we do not live and act in the world alone, especially in a community like this one, like ours. There is always someone coming along behind, adding fertilizer to those seeds in the rocky soil, scaring off the hungry birds, yanking out the choking thorns, and even sometimes watering the ground. We gather here in religious community, in this community, so that we can not only sow seeds of love, but also so that we can nourish the seeds sown by others. As we close this church year, may we not only sow seeds of love, may we also nourish all that has been sown and planted. May we be the sower, the seed, and the water as well, planting and nourishing, helping love grow in this world. Amen. All right, if you would now like to come up and get a flower to take with you as part of our flower communion ceremony. And if you have something, the coloring piece that you did, so that we can plant in our garden to put up here, bring those as well. us rise in body or spirit and sing our closing hymn, number 65, The Sweet June Days. Friends, in this day where we celebrate the flower communion, we celebrate the act of exchange. Many of you brought a flower to share, and if you didn't, that's okay, because in this wonderful community, we also have flowers for you if you didn't bring one. And then we take flowers back to remind us of the beauty of this community, the beauty of the individual self as we come together to form these communities, and that we were all unique and diverse and different. And so it is that we sow seeds of love as we have with this beautiful garden we created, and then we see them blossom and burst forth in the world as we create more joy and love. Go and be blessed and be a blessing. Amen. Thank you.
Please join me in reciting together the words for extinguishing the chalice, which are printed in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. So the service has ended, but our life of service continues. Let us move now to carry forward the gifts and the blossoms we have been given from this beloved community as we go now into the wider world. Thanks.